Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be starting a new project on my channel. It'll have its own separate playlist, and what I'm trying to build is a Arduino based RC car. Some of the components I'm going to use are of course Arduinos, motor shields, and the way I'm going to communicate with this RC car wirelessly is through radio frequency transceivers, namely the NRF24L01 RF modules that you can buy from SparkFun or other websites. My main overarching goal for this project is to be able to buy any RC car from a hobby shop and be able to open it up, replace some parts to integrate the Arduino and motor shield components so that I can create a smart RC car that is capable of adding a lot of sensors such as LEDs, buzzers, LCD displays, temperature sensors, humidity sensors, and so forth, so that this really becomes an RC car that can do a lot of different things other than driving around. And the reason I want to go that route is so that teenagers and kids could really buy this off the shelf and be able to customize it and modulate it however they want because of the Arduino part of RC car. It allows them to have a lot of different capabilities on what type of sensors they want to do, and it really opens up a lot of different projects that they can work on. So that's kind of the overarching goal for this project. And in this video we're going to be talking about the first iteration of the RC car that I've built. And further down the line in the playlist, I will actually buy an RC car from a hobby shop and integrate this Arduino design and show you how this can be a really good way for kids and teenagers to really learn about Arduinos and programming. So let's jump right into what I have right now, which is iteration 1. What you're looking at now is the GitHub page for the Arduino radio controlled car. I'll leave the link in the description below. And what you're seeing here now is just a table of contents, the parts list I have right now. So if you want to recreate what I did, you can do that yourself. There's also images of the current build, so you have pictures of what I have built so far. And I'm going to go into more details on the build in about a minute. So you have the receiving module right here with the Arduino Mega and the motor shield up top. And this is the transmitting side, so we have the joystick so you can control the RC car remotely, connected to the Arduino Nano and the transmitting RF module up here. And I do have another version of this where all these components are combined onto a cardboard piece so that it kind of resembles a controller of sorts, like a PS4 controller. So it's still a prototype, but you'll also see that in a second. And there's some details below on how the transmitting side works, how the receiving side works, what is the data is this being transferred and how it's being transferred. And of course you also have the code from the Arduino, so the transmitting side right here on the Arduino Nano and the receiver on top of the car, which is the Arduino Mega. So let's jump into a live view of the RC car. I can show you all the bits and pieces, the parts I'm using to get this all working. And in a future video I will go into a live demonstration. So let's hop over there. Alright, so what you're looking at now is kind of the first iteration or version 1.0 of the Arduino RC car. So in this part of the video I'm going to be talking about in detail some of the parts I'm using and the chassis that I'm using. So let's jump right into it. What you're looking at here is of course the main controller board, the Arduino Mega 2560, that is bolted down to the chassis right here. And the motor shield I'm using, which is attached right onto the Arduino on the analog side and the PWM side, is the L293D motor shield from Sunfounder. So this is a great motor shield. It can drive up to 4 DC motors. So right now I have 2 of them right here, 1 and 2 for these 2 motors, 1 here and 1 there. It could also drive 3 and 4 up here if you so choose to, but this is going to be a rear-wheel drive car, so you just need those two of the motors right here. It is also capable of driving 2 servos. So right now I have only 1 servo connected for the steering, so left and right steering here. So on the Ultra Instinct prototype rover, it was using differential rotation. So this side would turn left, this side would turn right, and it would go in the rotate left. But in this case, we're going to use a servo, so this is going to be more clear turning or steering directions using this servo motor. It's powered with the same batteries from the Ultra Instinct prototype rover, so 2 3.7 volt lithium polymer batteries that are connected in series, which are connected in the bottom right here. I see the wires are connected in series, and it's all connected to this port here, which provides power to the motor shield, the motors, and the Arduino all together. So the next part of this is the main part, which is the RF module. So this is the NRF24L01 radio frequency module. And I had 2 of these laying around from different projects that I'm going to work on in the future, so I decided to use this one. But they're also available on SparkFun. And this is what I'm calling the receiving side. So this RC car is receiving data from the transmitting controller. And the way I'm powering this is through the 3.3 volt pin on the Arduino. Now there was a problem. So as you can see here, the motor shield connects right into the 3.3 volt on these pins, so there's kind of soldered on there, and that left me with the problem of how do I plug in this 3.3 volt pin that this RF module needed. So I kind of jerry-rigged it and just soldered on the jumper wire right on top of the 3.3 pin of the motor shield, and I haven't had any problems since. Maybe if further down the line, if I connect more motors, I'll have some problems that 3.3 volt is needed elsewhere, but for now this RF module works fine just the way it is. So talking about the chassis, the plastic chassis, the wheels, and the motors came from a kit that I also bought from Sunfounder, which is the Smart Video Card Kit version 2.0 for Raspberry Pi. So it was meant to be used with a Raspberry Pi here with the motor controller and a PWM controller for the servos. So I just kind of wanted to use Arduinos in this case, so I kind of got rid of all that and just put the Arduino on top of there, and it works just fine. So that's the receiving side and the chassis. Further down the line, if I make any upgrades, I'll let you know. So there's the motors, the Arduino, the motor shield, the servos for steering, and the receiving RF modules. So let's jump into the transmitting side. And you saw my picture on my GitHub of the bare bones, but here's a prototype controller I've been building using a cardboard piece. So what you see here is the joystick. There's the main controlling device. So you have X and Y right here, and there's also a button that I still need to program. And if you turn this on the other side, you see all the components. So what's powering this and transmitting the data is the Arduino Nano in this case. So it's kind of a small device instead of a Mega. And we have 4 AA batteries connected in series to power the Arduino, the RF transmitting module, and the joystick all together. So for now, this battery pack is working fine, and it's being powered using USB. And what it really gives me the ability to use is kind of use this wirelessly and not have to connect it to a computer to provide power for the Arduino. So this combined with the RC car is how I'm being able to drive this RC car wirelessly. And you can see there's other options that I plan to put in. So like an auto drive button, obstacle avoidance buttons can also add here. The button I plan to use, maybe use some buzzers for honking, maybe play some music if I wanted to. And this could be either another joystick for controlling a camera on top of the Arduino car in the top part right here, or have this be the y-axis, this could be the x-axis. So that's it for this video. In the next video, I'll be going into more details on the programs and giving you a live demonstration of this RC car. So thank you, and stay tuned for more.